Welcome back to the Photobooth podcast. My name is Nicole, owner of Own the Mama Booth and Own Your Mama Co. And I'm here with Kat. How are you, Kat?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? I'm excited for
I'm
today's topic.
good. I know. You are the owner of Modern Photobooth, Modern Activations, and Photobooth Mastery. So you have
Yep.
so much experience in the world of photo booths, but also just like the event industry as a whole. And today's topic is specifically on how DJs can use the power of photo booths and use emails to increase their sales and network and
Yes.
all that stuff. So, my question for you, Kat, you work with a lot of DJs. Can you share a little bit of your experience with them and why emails are so important for them in
Yeah.
generating new sales and leads?
So, funny enough, in a past life, I was very much into the DJ scene for like 10 years. I know,
One of
weird,
your
right?
past lives, yeah.
Yeah, one of my past lives. I can actually mix on records. Like I learned on
Stop.
Technique 1200s. Yeah, like way back in the day. I don't know if I still could. I feel like it's like muscle memory. I'm
Oh,
tempted to
that's
like
so
next time
cool.
I see some turntables, I'll try it out. But like most people don't use turntables anymore. They use like, well, actually, anyways, tangents, and I can go
PBX,
on them.
PBX.
Yeah, next PBX, I'm going to throw down at the DJ.
We're going to hold you to it.
Oh God. Oh my God. I got to practice. All right. Anyways, so I do have some experience in this. Now, mind you, in my time, it was more like club DJing and like I wasn't a club DJ, but I was more in that area. But from that, obviously, I work with a lot of DJs in Photo Booth Mastery who also own a photo booth and who are going through my courses. And then they realize that they aren't applying the same or any business practices to their DJ business, similar to they're not doing it with their photo booth business, right? So I feel like
Mm,
DJs and really any event professional struggles with this. And the number one thing people struggle with, aside from pricing, is going to be the sales side of things. And this is one of the most important things you can do in sales, aside from obviously responding to people, is follow ups. Follow
mm.
ups are the key to closing any sale. And people are so scared. They think that they're bothering people. And it's like, no, people want to be followed up on. Trust me that
Yeah,
their universe doesn't revolve around booking a DJ or booking a photo booth like it does for
yeah.
you.
That's so true. And I think too, like with DJs, just from my experience, the photo booth is kind of like an add-on to their service, and their focus
Yeah.
is on the DJ aspect of it. And having an add-on of a photo booth is such a great offer as a DJ. Do you see where they are focused way more on the DJ aspect of it and kind of like if the client doesn't add photo booths, they kind of like, okay, whatever, that's fine, and leave it. Do you think there's a way that they can follow up and kind of emphasize the add-on more with photo booths?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, like you see more DJs that have photo booth business as an add-on. You don't see too
Yeah.
many photo booth business that are like, "Hey, do you need a DJ to
Right. Do you
add
need a
on?"
DJ?
Can you imagine?
But like, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, absolutely, it's a great upsell. It's a great way to make an extra $1,000 on your DJ booking, right? Especially if
Yeah.
you're doing like a drop off style, if you're using a salsa booth, or even if you're doing like a guac, but you're there monitoring. Like you don't have to be right in front of it the entire time. The nice thing is that the user interfaces tell people how to use them, and they actually know how to use them. So
Yeah.
you're already there. You can set up the equipment and let it run. So it's really an easy way for you to make extra money as a DJ. And in the follow ups, you can absolutely push that upsell as well, or even incentivize people, with packages where people would much rather deal with one vendor to do as much as humanly possible with, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so if you can provide both services to the expectation that the client needs, then they're going to go with you over having to deal with multiple vendors.
Yeah. Is there a preferred photo booth if someone's a DJ and they want to add one to their existing business as an add-on? Like, what would you recommend?
I find that most of them go with like a salsa booth,
Yeah.
because there's no prints that you have to worry about. Although a guac booth you could do with no prints too. I personally would do a guac booth without a printer. I'd still buy the printer so that I could have it, but if something's going to go wrong, it's the printer. I
Yeah.
know if Office Space movie is like before your time, but there's a great scene where they take the printer into a field and start beating it with a bat. And every time my printer airs out, that is what runs
That's
through
what you
my
want
head.
to
One day I'm going to take you know what? I'm going to do that. That's going to be a TikTok or something. I'm going to take a photo
do.
printer into the
So
field.
funny.
But yeah, so if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to be the printer. So I would say try and make it as easy as possible. So an iPad booth, like a Salsa, or I would use like a Guac personally because I have more control over the lighting. Digital
Mm.
photos are fantastic, right? That's what people want. They can always print it afterwards if they really want to. They get the live gallery, and it's just less stress on you because you can just set it up and, like I said, monitor it from far away. Or if you have somebody there, even if you're just having them monitor the booth itself. But that's what I would say. No prints would be the best for a DJ as an add-on.
That's good to know. What would you
Mm-hmm.
say for follow-up emails that you see that DJs are maybe missing? Like what kind of workflow?
All of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I with any of these, you need to do like 7 follow-ups, right? So
Wow.
I always find that it's, you send your proposal, like the lead comes in, you talk to the client, maybe back and forth, collect that information, you send their pricing or the proposal for it. And then I like to do a follow-up every 3 to 5 days. And this is not like this is for anything. Doesn't matter what I'm selling, right? Whether it's my audio guest books, our photo booths, our even studio rental stuff, any business that I have, if someone's interested and I've sent them a quote, I will follow up and follow up and follow up. And you want to follow up consistently at the beginning. A lot of people in the event world, right? They're reaching out to a year in advance, but you don't want them to wait 6 months to book you. You want them to
Yeah.
book you now so you can, see what your revenue is going to be like next year so that you can actually
Yeah.
plan for things. So I really like to try and make sure to make the follow-ups close together, and emphasizing to people like expiry dates on quotes are important, right? You have to create some sort of urgency and letting them know like what's going to happen if they don't. So by doing that, they're more likely to book. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, I know what days are follow-up days in our company because those are the days that we end up getting the most contract signatures and deposits come in. And lately, it's
Interesting.
always been the same day that follow-ups are being done. And we have one day of like insane revenue because it's follow-up day.
That's so cool. So do you have like, okay, so is it like day 3, the third follow-up? Like what have you seen? Is it the second follow-up? Is it the 5th follow-up if you do 7?
It's different for everyone.
Okay.
Honestly, some of them, we have follow-ups that are just like, hey, checking in. We have other ones that are saying like, giving a little bit more information. And then towards the end, we actually have one saying, hey, this is going to expire soon. Let me know if there's anything you need to change. Our last one is a breakup email. We
Yeah.
literally break up with people. And not
Yeah.
in a mean way. We just say like, hey, we're closing your file, and if you really want us to keep it open, then let us know if you're still thinking
Mm-hmm.
about it. But we always get a response from that one. Like 80% of the time now, they'll
Yeah.
write back saying either, hey, we booked somebody else, or, it was out of our budget, or no, we're still interested. And then, I can then schedule another follow-up. I will also
Yeah.
say most of our follow-ups are automated. We have very few that are manual. We only do manual follow-ups for really large clients. So, for DJs, I would say the same thing. Like you guys send out quotes, and I'm sure you're getting bombarded with quotes at certain times of the season, like January, probably, and towards in the spring when people are actually starting to plan their weddings. And so you don't really have time to manually write a million follow-ups. Just automate all of those. You send a proposal, you should have a workflow that has all of these follow-up emails just automated to go out every 3 to 5 days. And if they respond, turn off the workflow, delete the
Yeah.
email so that they're not getting all the other ones. But that, alone will help you book way more events. And it'll also take work off of your plate so you don't have to do it yourself. Make your systems
Yeah.
do it. CRMs are for that.
That is so smart. What about clients that just don't respond, period, and they're just like ghosting you? Do you
It
have,
happens.
yeah. And that's just part of the 7 emails, right? The 7 follow-up emails and that breakup email at the end. Do you
Yeah.
have you ever had anyone not respond ever?
Oh, absolutely. We definitely
Yeah.
do. And that's why we don't do manual follow ups. That's why it's all
Mm-hmm.
automated. I don't want to spend time on any of these follow ups. Like, we engage with the people who are engaging with us, right?
Yeah.
If you're taking the time to respond to me, I'm going to take the time to respond to you. If you're not going to even respond like with a thank you that I sent you
Yeah.
pricing, then I know you're probably not that engaged, and I'm not going to spend time or energy trying to convince you. I'll let the workflow kind of do that thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Should a DJ like pitch photo booth as an add-on at the very beginning of their proposal and as they're starting to work with that client, or do you think it's something that they can add on like closer to the client's event, something like that?
I always suggest that if it's not something that's like built into their package, that they should always show with and without, right?
Mm,
And there's also psychology behind showing three packages when you submit something to a client. So maybe you have like your base package, your middle package, and then your high end package. Whatever that middle package is what's going to get booked the most, right?
yeah.
So, and you want to make the difference between the high end package and the middle package like pretty big, but not have like the services be too different, so that that middle package looks really sweet, right? If that's the one that
Mm,
you want to book. So I would always suggest that when you are sending pricing, that you do that as a DJ. You can send the pricing for the actual event and then send another package that shows the photo booth in it as well. And then I would have like a third one that would be like really crazy, like I don't know, whatever else you want to throw in there, lights. And I mean, depends on what you're willing to offer as well, right?
yeah.
But again, 9 times out of 10, people will book that middle one. And you also need to point out to them like, why book with you, right?
Mm,
Versus
yeah.
going after a photo booth business. Now you want to make sure that you're aligning, right, with their needs. There are people who just want to have a photo booth. They don't
Yeah.
care about getting a specific photo booth, right? So they just want a photo booth. And so that is where DJs are going to dominate, right? To be able to do that. If
Yeah.
people really want like a Kim Kardashian style glam booth, they're going to go find that vendor, right?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they should just include it in every single package. If you have a photo booth, include it in your pricing so that people can see, because they probably don't even know that you offer photo booths.
Yeah.
People assume that people read their website. No,
Yeah. That's so true.
they just go to
What
the
a
contact form and submit right there, you know?
Yeah. What about, do you have a recommendation for follow-up emails after an event? Like, obviously, you have like your thank you email. Do you
Mhm.
ask for testimonials like consistently until you get one? Or how can DJs really kind of grab that testimonial from their clients?
Yeah. I mean, always asking for a review is going to be the number one thing. So we actually do send out an email, and it's called How Did We Do email, where I ask for feedback. I say, hey, if you had a positive experience, nothing would make me happier than for you to leave a review. And I actually link to the Google reviews because that's where we want our reviews to go. If you prefer to have your reviews somewhere else, then just link to directly where you want them to put it. Um, but we link directly to Google and we say, please leave us a review. And then I say, you know, if there's anything that you think we should improve upon, please reply to this email. And I would love to know personally. And that will deter them from leaving a negative review if something did happen. I mean, something's always bound to happen at some point, you know, and I have definitely gotten people who have left us a good review, but then also emailed me just saying, like, one thing that we noticed was this, or, you know, they'll even add more to the review and make it even more positive. So you just need to ask. I personally don't like to follow up with, like, I don't want to bombard them with reviews, you know, because I still like, there's public reviews and then there's people just word of mouth reviews, you know. But the other thing you can do too is if you do have a photo booth, and some people like this, some people don't. I only would do this if I was sponsoring an event, but you can ask people in the email that goes out with your booth, to leave a review. Like, hey, how was your experience in the photo booth? If you had a great experience, leave us a review, because the reviews don't have to come just from your clients.
Yeah,
Most of our reviews actually, well, maybe not most, but at least like 35% are from guests who have gone through the
that's
photo
so
booth. And
cool.
I know, right? I thought that was, we got a lovely one yesterday, where the girl was like, the picture quality was so amazing that I framed it as soon as I got home, and I was just like dead. I was like, this is the best. And it was my birthday when I read it. So I was like, this is the best present ever.
Ah, yeah, isn't that the best? Yeah, that's so true. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a great tip. So we actually have a really, really great resource. If
Yes.
you are a DJ and you are stumped on what kind of follow-up emails you should have for your business, we actually have a free download. It's 5 follow-up emails you need to book more events. So we hope that this will be really, really helpful. We'll have it linked down below in the card above, so you guys can access this free set of 5 template emails that you can plug and play into your CRM, your workflow, whatever you need. Thank you, Kat. This was really
Yeah.
insightful, really helpful. Any last comments on DJs and follow up emails?
No, just do it. Follow up. People
Yeah,
appreciate follow ups. I love getting follow ups because I am million things going on in my head. So
that's so true.
don't
Yeah,
don't feel like you're bothering people. You're doing them a service by following up. So that's my last piece of advice.
yep. Good one to end on.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Yep.
Kat. We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you. Bye.